Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Chaos Enjoyer here, and as you probably guessed, once again we are back today with Scarlet Hollow. There it is. Anyway, last time we left off, accidentally got all of City Hall consumed by a vengeful spirit. Good times, good times. We still don't know anything about this town or what's going on, pretty much, but we have been making some progress romantically, and I have no idea what's in store for us with episode 4, so let's just jump straight into this. Nah, you guys could just go back and watch it, and I remember what happened. You open your eyes, it's a new day. Last night seemed so far away. You can almost pretend the horrors you witnessed in the annex were nothing but a nightmare, chased away by the harsh morning light. But you know that the furious spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. yet lingers, locked behind the doors of the town hall, still tied to the earth by its hatred of you and your bloodline. An involuntary shudder runs down your spine. But your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on the nightstand. Hope you made it home okay? Haven't heard from Stella since last night. How about you? You check your messages. There's nothing from Stella. Let's text Stella. I feel like some of these are like, I guess, flirty, but almost too flirty. Then I also don't want to be super serious. Um, yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that. How's my favorite cryptid hunter here? You wait for a few silent minutes. Your message sits undelivered. She messaged me last night. I'm worried about her. I'm glad you've heard from her at least, but I'm worried too. Let's meet up in town. We should go looking for her. Looks like you have your morning plans in order. Yeah, let's visit the opossum. Is there gonna be 3 of them now? You open the drawers. The 2 opossums stare up at you. They both have a bread now. That's nice. Let's wave at them. They continue to stare up at you blankly in response. They don't play dead this time. You close the drawers. This is their home now, and there's nothing you can do to change that. There's something beautiful about that. Let's take a shower. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. It feels good to wash away the grime of last night's haunting, but eventually you'll have to leave this place and confront the rest of the day. In the meantime, you... Yeah, I'm gonna think about Stella running off last night, because I am actually starting to get a little worried here. Hopefully she's just sleeping in. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. Let's check the closet. You make your way to the closet. There's no denying it. The doll moved at some point during your most recent visit. I thought so. But your long-dead relative's creepy doll isn't the only thing that's different. Someone was in here. And judging by the residue that was left behind, you're pretty sure you know the culprit. That means he was in your room. But was he there while you were out the previous day, or did he enter while you slept unawares just a few feet away? Something to mull over for the rest of the day. It's time to face your cousin. She's not here, but it looks like she left a note on the counter. Had to run. The librarian needed a new house, so I'm giving him the keys to the Maxwell place. And the miners decided to stage a strike today of all days, so I won't be around. I know there's no point asking you not to do anything reckless, but I'm asking anyway. Be back late. Call if you get into trouble. Tabitha. Time to figure out the rest of your day. Yeah, let's fuel up with a quick PB&J. If Stella's MIA, who knows when you'll get the chance to eat. You make yourself a PB&J in anticipation for the long day ahead of you. And that's that. It's time to head to town. You head to the front door and begin your trek to the town below. The sun shines down through a thin layer of clouds, illuminating the path in a watery gray light. Ditchling. Glimpses of pale figures dot your periphery. You haven't seen ditchlings in the middle of the day before. They're getting bolder. As you continue the trek to town, you pause to stare out at the mountain range beyond the holler, contemplating a world that's blissfully unaware of the danger threatening the citizens of this tiny town. The world outside feels less real with each passing day, as the strange reality of what's happening in Scarlet Hollow gently uproots what you'd always taken to be the truths of our world. Your everyday worries seem distant, overshadowed by a fear and dread that hasn't stopped building up since the moment you stepped off that bus. It isn't long until your journey from the estate is over, and you once again find yourself on the main street of Scarlet Hollow. Sean, you made it down the hill in one piece. Thank God. I didn't realize there were so many of the ditchling things around, or I would have driven up to get you. I can't believe they're outside during the day. It feels wrong. How are you doing? I'm mostly just worried about Stella right now. I'll feel better when we find her. Me too. I know the two of you have been getting pretty close. We'll find her, Sean. So how are you mentally? That's a great question. My concept of how the world works is being shattered a little more each day, so that's cool. Every day I feel more and more like I need to get out of this town before it swallows me whole, but I also keep feeling like there are too many reasons to stay. Like right now, I can't leave until I know Stella's okay. With her folks gone, the only people she has are her friends. And as her bestie, I can't just let her go running off into the woods to get eaten by a Bigfoot. And my mom is just so chill right now, it's driving me nuts. She just keeps giving me tea and ignoring anything I tell her about the weird stuff that's been going on around town. I figured if anyone would be interested in magic stuff, it'd be her, but she ends the conversation every time I start talking about it. Sorry, I'm ranting. I'm supposed to see your mom at some point today. Maybe she'll finally shed some light on things. I'm not sure what she's planning to tell you today that she couldn't have told all of us last night. Maybe she's going to read your fortune. I should probably stop making fun of her whole new age mystic vibe. A lot's happened in the past couple of days. Still, there will be plenty of time for tea after we've looked for Stella. Any leads on Stella? I haven't had a chance to talk to anyone else yet, so nope, none so far. She ran north last night, but that doesn't mean she didn't double back. I'm trying not to worry too much. It's possible she's safe somewhere and just not answering her phone, but I also don't want to bet on that. So, ghosts, huh? Yeah, ghosts. I don't know about you, but I'm currently staving off a massive existential crisis about the state of matter and what being alive means. Any idea why Stella was so upset? Being possessed seemed awful, but she's the only one who ran off. Could be a lot of things. She could have hit her breaking point stress-wise. She could have been horrified by meeting a ghost for the first time. She could be struggling with what that ghost did. But at the end of the day, I have no idea. We'll just have to find her and see if she wants to stop running from it and finally just talk things out. Yeah. I guess that raises an important question. Is Stella missing because she doesn't want to be found, or did something happen to her when she ran off? If it's the first one, is finding her going to do any good? Maybe she needs space. Maybe she needs space, but things have been getting dangerous around here. I'd rather not take that coin flip. Even if she doesn't want to be found, that's not good, you know? She's avoided her problems before, but this is different. I guess we should get started. Yeah, we're burning daylight. Where to first? Yeah, I think Stella's house. Okay, let's go to Stella's house. Definitely. I probably should have done that before getting you to come all the way down here, but to be honest, I was scared of wandering off by myself. Just in case I ran into any other horrors from beyond the veil. It'd be great if this turns out to be nothing and she's just asleep in bed. You make your way towards Stella's house. Kanika knocks anxiously on the door. It creaks open. You seem to recall that Stella closed the door behind her when the two of you left for the library yesterday morning. We ate breakfast here together yesterday morning. She closed the door behind us. And we were both with her for the rest of the day. We should go in, right? I gently opened the door. The living room is almost exactly as you saw it the other day. Aside from a corner of the room dedicated to Gretchen, Stella's house almost feels like a museum. Everything's organized with the sort of tidiness you wouldn't expect from someone as rough and tumble as Stella, and only a handful of objects feel like they belong to her. Whatever happened to Stella, it doesn't look like it happened here. Okay, nothing unusual so far. This is a perfectly normal living room, no blood or viscera, not even a tipped-over lamp. That's good. Let's investigate the kitchen. Stella's kitchen is messier than she left it yesterday. A couple cabinets are hanging open, and a loaf of bread sits on the counter by a used butter knife. The crust of the bread has gone somewhat stale, about as much as you'd expect after being left out overnight. Whoever left it here left many hours ago. Someone was here after Stella and I left yesterday. We didn't leave the kitchen like this. Maybe she came home last night, had a snack, and didn't feel like putting things away. Still, that leaves us with more questions than we started with. If she came home last night, why isn't she here now, and why haven't we been able to reach her? Let's investigate her room. You make your way down the hall to what you assume to be Stella's room. She's not here. Though it's a little untidy, it's the usual sort of untidiness that accumulates when someone doesn't often have guests in their bedroom. There aren't any signs of violence. You do notice, though, that her jacket is nowhere in sight. It isn't in her closet, and it wasn't on the coat rack in the other room. Yeah, Stella's jacket is gone. The Letterman one. It wasn't on the rack in the other room. It's not in here, and she didn't have it yesterday. Okay, I'm sold. Between this and the kitchen, she must have come home last night. Let's check her computer. You go to check Stella's computer. I'm not sure we should be snooping on her computer. Isn't that an invasion of privacy? I mean, she's totally right that we shouldn't do this. Yeah. What if... I'm just gonna say, I know it's an invasion of privacy, but we've got to do whatever we can to find her. Sure, snoop away, but I'm not gonna take part in this. I'll just be over here, standing in the corner of the room, not looking over your shoulder. Let me know if you find anything. Stella's desktop is horrifically cluttered. There are simply too many files and folders to fit on her monitor, and they overlap each other in a chaotic, multi-layered display. I don't know what I expected to see here, but it definitely wasn't this. How does she ever get anything done? I feel really bad doing this, so I am going to save. Let's check her open tabs. It would take you all day to count the number of open tabs in Stella's browser. So numerous are her tabs that you can't see a single icon, a sea of rounded, featureless triangles from Windows Edge to Windows Edge. Her most recently opened tab is a post on Uncle Carl's Bigfoot Farm, a forum for cryptozoology enthusiasts. The post in question is titled "Something Big is Happening in Scarlet Hollow. Hidden Appalachia." Hey everyone, was out chasing a skunk ape sighting the other day, and I found these weird little guys. My friend's mom says there's something called ditchlings, but I've never heard of them before. Anyone have any good leads? Camera isn't shaky enough, this is totally staged. Clean footage of some sort of cryptid nobody has heard of except for your friend's mom? The only thing I'm seeing when I googled ditchlings is some city in England. Thought you were legit. Guys, since when did high quality footage count as anything other than actual evidence? Those things are terrifying. Since every low-budget horror movie started doing guerrilla marketing, I smell an ARG. I'm serious, I've got a ton of extra footage. Look at what they've been doing to the animals in town. There's apparently some sort of bad omen, like Mothman. Mothstan. Okay, I'm listening, I love me a Mothman. I believe you. Lucky you're falling right into her lap. I don't trust YouTubers. They're entertainers, not scientists. Sick. The thread continues into the next day. Hey, okay, so 1, this isn't an ARG, I would never. And 2, you're not gonna believe this, but we went into an abandoned mine last night to investigate things, and I'm pretty sure we found some Tommy knockers. Listen to this knocking we managed to catch on tape. There's a link to an audio file titled TommyKnockersReal.wav. Just because you put the word real in your file name doesn't mean they're real. I was thinking the exact same thing, Gary2125479. 2 supernatural events on back-to-back nights? This is so fake. I can't believe I bought into that River Runner hype. You're so full of it. Very accurate internet. YouTubers are always going to sell out to big indie horror. This is Kidnapped by Aliens all over again. Aw, Stan. Also, lol, doughy white things are now loud popping noises. This is definitely an ARG. Did you sell out to Pillsbury? Stop cyberbullying her, I'm going to call the mods. Who is this Lucky Stars person? Uncle Carl. Locking this thread and giving everyone a 7-day ban. No cyberbullying and no self-promo. The thread ends. I want to check her search history, but I shouldn't, but I really want to. You check Stella's search history. She hasn't visited any websites since Tuesday night. If she came home after last night's incident, she didn't touch her browser. Her search history is almost entirely work-related. A furious series of queries for various monsters and cryptids that might fit the profile of bitchlings. That's that. This is a waste of time. Let's get out of here. Good. This sure looks like a room. Any thoughts? Yeah, nothing much to comment on. This is what her room's been like for pretty much the entire time I've known her. The only thing that's changed is the computer getting a lot fancier. Aw, she still does this corkboard with string things. She loves putting the strings on there. I don't think they actually mean anything, but they're more for decoration anyway. Okay, I don't think we're gonna find much else here. Let's move on. So she probably came home last night, but she left the door open and didn't tell anyone where she was going. Ooh, I got an achievement, Still Life, for visiting Stella's on Thursday morning. I thought I was overreacting this morning. I thought she would have just been sleeping in or something. I can't believe she's actually missing. Where to next? Let's check out the diner. Good idea. Folks tend to congregate there. Maybe we'll run into someone who's seen Stella. It feels like you've walked into a private meeting. The back booth is full of miners, and they're having what seems to be an intense discussion, their expressions gravely serious. Hey, it's Sean, and Kanika. Long time no see. Hope the town has been treating you well. Haha, funny story about that. Are we interrupting something? Of course not. Everyone's welcome here. Just, be careful not to step on any toes. Things have gotten a little tense over the past couple of days. The miners in back were too engaged in conversation to notice you enter, and instead of speaking in hushed voices, they argue with each other loudly enough for you to easily overhear. Sure, the shift schedules are tough, and sure, we don't get enough time off for me to see my family as often as I'd like. This is the best job I can get right now. Listen, kid, you're only a year or so into this gig. Trust me, the longer it goes on, the more it sucks the life out of you. First, you're just unhappy, but you think you can weather it till you find something better. A paycheck's a paycheck, I get it. But the next thing you know, you've lost years of your life to a company that doesn't give a solitary crap about you, then uses every free second it can suck out of its workers, and pays us just enough to survive, but not so much that we can ever save enough to get the hell out. Zach, we could get fired for this. I really need the paycheck. My sister needs the paycheck. I'm the only reason she can afford her tuition right now. I can't get fired. And this job still has its perks, like the company housing. I can't afford my own place and send money back home. I don't know where I would live if I didn't have this job. Right, the company housing. How generous of the big boss to put you up in a company-owned shack that ain't had proper maintenance done in decades. You know she uses that housing as an excuse to pay us less. And the company housing that means almost nobody in this whole damn town owns the place they live. It's why the Scarlets can keep getting away with whatever they want. Zax, we don't have the numbers, man. You know this is risky. Riskier than most of us can afford. We would have the numbers if y'all would stand with me and not let management's scare tactics get to you. It's not scare tactics. People like her now. That woman ran into a collapsing coal mine and saved 3 children from being buried alive. I feel you, I really do, but how are we supposed to organize a strike against a town hero? Are you trying to tell me that a mine collapsing less than 2 days ago is why you don't want to strike? It's a bad time, Zax. It's always a bad time, Baker. It doesn't matter whose name is on the deed for the place. Without us, there is no mine. We've got him against the ropes. We can't back down now or they'll come out swinging. Hey, have any of you seen Stella? She's missing. The miners turn towards the doorway, all eyes glaring at you in unison. The YouTuber? We ain't seen her. Harrison's voice drops to a barely audible mumble. I hope she's okay. She hasn't been around, but I'll let you know if I hear anything. Yeah, I don't want to get my toes... What? I don't want to step on any toes. I don't want to get myself into any hot water here. I don't know. I'm gonna not weigh in. About the strike. We all know who you're related to, kid. Word travels fast. And I'll be damned if we talk business in front of you. Maybe I can convince Tabitha to back down? I'll believe it when I see it, and in the meantime, there's still a line that we just can't cross. Trust can only go so far. I'll vouch for him. You can't say that doesn't mean anything. Y'all know I hate Tabitha. I wouldn't stick my neck out for any relative of hers who wasn't 100% on our side. Alright, noted. Can't say I'm comfortable having our little discussion in front of you, but maybe I won't keep thinking of you as Tabitha's little stoogie. I guess we should get going. Alright, I've got what's the buzz for visiting the diner. You turn and leave the diner, Kanika trailing close behind you. Still no sign of Stella. I don't like the cops. I would say that, but, we should check out the church. The church? What, do you think Stella decided to get religious all of a sudden? Then again, that's usually where graveyards are, right? Maybe Stella went there after everything that happened last night. Yeah, that's where the everyone except for Scarlet's graveyard is. I guess it's worth a shot. Let's make it quick, though. I don't want to talk to that man a second more than I have to. See, because I feel like Stella, didn't she hate him too? Didn't we all hate him? Didn't we all, like, unify on our hatred of the pastor here? Kanika leads the way, taking you up the gradual slope towards the church. Alright, where is that weirdo? There he is. My, 3 visitors at once. On a Thursday? This is unprecedented. But there are only 2 of us. Oh no, were we followed by a ditchling? Were we followed by Wayne? Sup, old people? Oh, it's just Zane. Zane, Wayne. Potato, what are you doing here? All the glimpses of death I've had in the past 2 days have forced me to the midst of an existential crisis, my dudes. I just wanted to see if Faith held any answers for me. That t-shirt goes crazy, by the way. Alas, I have not yet found the solace I seek. Give it time, Zane. It sometimes takes a while for the Lord to work his way into your heart, but when he does, you won't regret letting him in. Be sure to look over those pamphlets I gave you, and of course, I'm always here if you need to talk. Sure thing, Pastor D. Peace, y'all. Anyway, we're looking for Stella. She wandered off last night, and no one has seen her since. We're starting to get pretty worried. We hope maybe you or Janie had seen her. I can't speak for Janie, but I'm afraid I've seen neither hide nor hair of Stella. If you'd like to talk to my wife, she's just over by the alpacas. Though, Sean, I was hoping we might be able to talk in private. What do you have to say to him that you can't say in front of me? Please, if you wouldn't mind, this is a personal matter. Personal for who? I'd rather folks not pry on this. You know how rumors get started. It's okay. I'm happy to talk to him. If you're sure. I guess I'll leave you to it while I check in with Janie. I don't like the way he smiles. They did a good job of drawing him creepy. I'll be right over by the fence that's conveniently in your line of sight, okay? Kanika heads off towards Janie and the alpacas, leaving you alone with the nervous pastor. I'm so glad you decided to come up to visit me. So many young people these days seem to think they can solve all their problems on their own. Meanwhile, God is right there, ready to help them. If only they'd let them into their hearts. The pastor's eyes dart back towards the alpacas. Okay, good. She's gone. You're new in town. What kind of impression did I make on you? Am I creepy? Well, considering I was just talking about how creepy this guy is. I love how I'm making all these save slots fully knowing I'm not going to use any of them. Personally, I like the cut of your jib. I think that your problem is that you keep telling people what to do instead of actually treating them like human beings. Like, have you tried inviting folks fishing or hiking? Have you tried throwing a party? Or do you just hand people pamphlets and tell them to think about the big man upstairs? That would require people to want to do things like go fishing with me. I have put in the effort, you know. Janie is excellent at making friends, but they've all made it clear they're her friends. They try to avoid me whenever possible. I'm sure they even suggested she divorce me. I don't know why it's so hard. I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh no, I sound so bitter. I'm sorry, it's just that it's never been like this for me before. I had plenty of friends all through school. It's like Scarlet Hollow itself just wants me gone. He's interrupted by the sounds of a snapping twig and a high-pitched giggle. Ditchling! Ditchling! Partly muffled by the underbrush at the edge of the property. Tulip, come out of there. You know you're not supposed to play in the woods. Tulip glances back into the woods, quiet as she hesitates. Tulip, are you going to be good? Or are we going to skip story time tonight? Not story time! I'll be good. You don't have to skip story time. I won't go into the woods, I promise. I know you won't, Tulip, because you know it's too dangerous for little girls in there. Why don't you go help Mama with the alpacas? It's just about time they got fed. You can give them hay. Tulip smiles broadly, seemingly excited by the prospect, and hurries off. Sorry, I had to have a firm parenting moment just then. She has been trying to run off into these woods a lot lately, and it's really dangerous, even for adults. Tell me about it. Whatever happened to, what's his name? The guy, Duke's son. Bo was his name. The really large guy that I gave a country accent. I don't know, I don't think we ever found out what happened to him. There's this massive trash dump not too far past the trees, but it must be at least 50 years old, so it's all grown over. It looks like it's part of the landscape. But if you accidentally walk on it, you might find yourself falling into a hip-deep mound of rusty cans and broken glass. Tulip made up some imaginary friends and keeps telling us that they want us to go out there. Like the word of some fictional creature she made up is going to convince us it's a good idea for her to play in somebody's old garbage. But she's 7, of course she would get some funny little idea like that. Dude, do you know you're in a horror game right now? Do you know you are in horror media? Because let me tell you, that's real. There's people out there. There's something there. I let's get the community to rally around the big cleanup. It's about time somebody got rid of all that junk. Oh, Tetanus Lake. Stella told me about it. Tetanus Lake? That's an accurate name. I wonder if Tulip would stay away if I started calling it that, or if that would only make it sound more alluring. Let the kid have some fun. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah. What's that you were saying about imaginary friends? I don't want to rope myself into any service projects here. Oh, she's been talking about these friends of hers lately. Little stories about creatures that live in the church. I'm sure she saw some animal in there and decided it was her friend. It's nothing to be overly concerned about, except the trash heap situation. Out of the corner of your eye, you see Kanika walking back to the two of you. She must have finished talking to Janie. I am kind of anxious to start looking for Stella again, so Janie says she hasn't seen Stella either, so we better get going. Hope your talk with the pastor went well. Yes, we had a great conversation. I appreciate you all stopping by, even if it wasn't under the best circumstances. I'll let you all be on your way. And I hope Stella turns up soon. I'll put in some good prayers with the big man for her. Alright, thanks. See ya. Kanika starts back down the path to town, and you follow. The smallest church in Scarlet Hollow. Visit the church in episode 4. I'm racking up the achievements today. Okay, now that we've put some distance between us and the church, what did he want us to talk to you about? He didn't say anything weird, did he? He wanted to know why everyone in town thinks he's creepy. He is creepy. Let's not get too distracted until we find Stella, though. Where to next? We should go to the cops, right? That's not a terrible idea. I'm sure they won't be much help, but we are dealing with a missing person, and that's cop stuff. Hopefully they don't give you a hard time. They've really been on your ass. Yeah, after calling them yesterday, I'm a little worried. There he is! The police station is exactly what you would expect from a town the size of Scarlet Hollow. It smells strongly of coffee and faintly of aged furniture and paper, and the general tidiness speaks of an apartment that doesn't get much of anything done. But you're also not alone here. You enter to find a worried Bo standing between you and the officers behind the desk. Let me get this right. You're trying to report a missing pumpkin? Big Betty wasn't Mr. Pumpkin, Sheriff Huggy, sir. She was going to be a prize winner. Raising her was the last thing me and my daddy did together. She's important to me. Are you sure it was Julius and not some enterprising bear that got a hold of it? Y'all know Julius thinks that land belongs to him. Probably thought Big Betty was his to take. He ain't coming to his door, so for all I know, he might be all the way to the state fair by now with all of you. Ain't there something y'all can do about it? I'm afraid we need at least some kind of evidence to go on before we can go barging into a man's home, so why don't you see if you can find something a little more solid for us to go on? Then we can see about helping you out. The cops realize you've entered, their attention quickly shifting to you. Well, if it isn't our little prank caller, you know you're not supposed to do that, right? There's laws in the books about pranking emergency services. We'll let you off with a warning, for now, but only because it was funny. Are you folks part of a cult? Is that why you're not doing your jobs? Stella ran off last night and she's still missing. She isn't at home and none of us have heard from her. She what now? Oh, that's just our Stella, always running off. I wouldn't worry too much about it. She'll turn up. This is different, Earl. You know I wouldn't be up here bothering you if it wasn't important. And there are a lot of them things out there. Too many of them. Bo's right. She shouldn't be off on her own when there are so many ditchlings creeping around in broad daylight. Ditchlings? They've got to be them creepy little things that I told you all about. I caught them out last night, too, since they've been coming up out of the woods on the farm. I even saw some on my way here, plain as day. Oh, we've been getting a lot of calls about those. Guess Scarlet Hollow has either been invaded by ghouls or we're all suffering some kind of mass hallucination. I ain't even seen one or two myself. Right. All the same, I don't see what we're supposed to do about them, or about Stella. She's a grown woman. If she wants to go off to the woods for a bit, we don't need to go after her like she's missed curfew. It's a free country. There are critters bothering folks and stealing livestock, ain't y'all supposed to take care of them? Now, son, we ain't animal control. We're the police. Are you kidding me? This town doesn't even have an animal control department. Well, maybe it should get one. Bo, did you manage to find your dad? Bo's stoic expression breaks, and for a moment you can almost see tears forming in his eyes. But he blinks them away. Yeah, I found him. Hear that, Deputy Franklin? Sounds like you've got another report to close. Lucky me. I gathered what there was to gather. We're giving him a proper burial in the family plot. It's been tough going, trying to dig the hole when the farm's crawling with those hairless things, but it needs to get done. Do you think they'll go back where they came from soon? Mom and me have tried to fight it back as best as we can, but it seems like there's more every minute. I'm personally doing everything I can except the packing. I'll do my part to help. I'll kick in as many of those nasty little faces as I can, but I don't know how many I can send scampering off. Seems like there's no end to those critters. Can you folks arrest it first? You know, if you were actually going to my friend, you wouldn't be wasting our time with this sort of nonsense. Now, Henry, this is an interesting question. If the guy in a draft skip, I figure we could take care of it so long as he breaks the law. But if we're talking a manifestation of a deceased person, I'm not sure if that's in our jurisdiction. Might be more Pastor Daniel's wheelhouse. Now, why'd you bring this up, anyways? Just a hypothetical question. Weird question, but are you folks part of a cult, and is that why you aren't doing your jobs? The police officers stare at you, perplexed. A cult? I don't think we have that sort of thing up here. That is exactly what a cult member would say. We are doing our jobs. Just look at Franklin back there. He's filing all kinds of paperwork pertaining to what happened up at the mines. You know, I can't say I appreciate your tone. Sounds like you're accusing us of some kind of indecency. What, do you think we go up into the hills and do seances and rituals and all that sort of thing? Get your head out of the clouds. What's all this about a pumpkin? Seems Bo here has misplaced a considerably large pumpkin. Have you all heard a word I said? I didn't misplace Big Betty. She was stolen. And I know who done it, so I'd appreciate it if y'all would give Mr. Tremaine a visit and set things straight. And I'm telling you, we can't just barge into your neighbor's house just because you want us to. What makes you think Mr. Tremaine stole it? You're poking a wasp nest, Sean. There's 100 years of history here. He's been claiming Big Betty was his since day one, on account of he thinks it was planted on his side of the property. The Calories and Tremaines have been at this a long time. They can never agree on whose land is whose. This ain't the first time we've heard something like this, and we get our fair share of calls from Julius Tremaine, too. I already know that it's valuable because it's big. Classic Southern family dispute. I don't think I much appreciate you saying that. Made me feel a little small. It's okay, Bo. I'm sure Sean was just trying to say that he understands your struggles with Julius. Not that those struggles aren't important or don't mean anything. He's just not used to the way we talk around here. You know, Earl, sounds like Bo has a real case here. It's not just two neighbors getting angry at each other. Property's been stolen. Couldn't you get involved on his behalf just this once, after everything he's been through? You've lived here your whole life, Miss Forsyth. You know this ain't gonna be the first time a Calloway's accused of Tremaine of theft, and you know it ain't gonna be the last. Let's just get going. Well, no one can say they didn't try. Let's keep looking. Why don't they just do their jobs? Visit the police in episode 4. I hope Bo finds his pumpkin. Where to next? Let's check in on Oscar and Rosalina. They should be at the old Maxwell place. Tabitha dropped off the keys this morning. The old Maxwell place? With Rosalina's leg the way it is and everything they've been through, now they have to stay in a broken down ruin that should have been bulldozed years ago? Your cousin is gonna get an earful next time I see her. Kanika storms off down the road and you follow close behind. Oh yeah, another fun fact that I learned while I was scrolling through the achievements. I actually realized there is, apparently there's a way that you can get Tabitha and Stella back together. I might try to do that in future playthroughs. You don't get far before the sound of growling and desperate hisses grab your attention. You turn to see a ditchling approach a cornered Pixel in an alley. He must have slipped out of the library with everyone else last night. The ditchling, distracted from its hunt by your arrival, cranes its neck to face you, its eyes settling on you with alien indifference. In the distance, you hear the furious patter of many feet approaching. You won't be alone for long. Hey, quit it! The words feel meek as they leave your mouth, and the ditchling, unaffected, turns back to its cornered prey. I'm grabbing Pixel. Before you can react, a small pack of dogs round the corner. Oh! They pounce on the creature, pulling it from the wall, and then taking turns biting and tearing at it until it's ripped to shreds. Their task complete, they saunter towards you. What are Daisy and Scraps doing out here? Are they leading some sort of ditchling dog hunting gang? Ditchling hunting dog gang? Pixel timidly steps towards you. Pixel, you got out of the library. Oh, you poor cat, come here. Hi. Pixel cautiously walks towards your group before clambering into your arms. He has a comfortable heft to him. I guess he likes you more than me. Thanks, guys. A pack of dogs scampers off, their work done. What the hell is going on in this town? Pixel in tow, you and your companions continue on to the old Maxwell place. The old Maxwell place. I just said that. It was clearly once a mid-century modern home, and undoubtedly quite stylish for the time. But it's been abandoned for unknown decades, and moss and vines choke its exterior, barely concealing cracked walls and dust-clouded glass. Before you can approach, the door opens, and Oscar's head pokes out from the entryway. Hello? Oh, sorry if I startled y'all. The walls here are worn down enough I could hear you coming from a block away. Good morning, Oscar. Thank goodness you found Pixel. Rosalina's been beside herself. Oscar's voice is tired. He's had a long night and it shows, his graying face seemingly having aged in the hours since you last saw him. Please, come on in. At least it's probably not haunted. Visit the old Maxwell place in episode 4. You're doing really great, Rosalina. Not a lot of kids your age could take shots that well. You're being so brave. You don't have to talk to me like I'm 5, but you are brave. You really are, Rosalina. You're like so badass. Alexis is right. This is more than most people have to deal with in their whole lives, and here you are, taking it like a champ. Before Dr. Kelly can continue, Pixel jumps from your arms, bounding across the room and leaping onto Rosalina's chest. Pixel, I've been so worried about you. I told you we'd turn up. Dr. Kelly's almost gentle bedside manner vanishes as she turns and glares at you. I see we have visitors. Alright, let's start with the Explorer options. How is she, Doc? She can tell us herself. What do you say, Rosalina? How are you? Tired. My leg hurts. A lot. But the medicine is helping. It's not so bad now. And what are you not gonna do today? Walk around. Sorry, Dr. Kelly. I should have been better at stopping her. I take full responsibility. As her father, I should have... No need for anyone to step in to take blame for anything. It's the hospital's fault for sending her home at all. It's gross negligence, if you ask me. But give it time. Then you can do all the running around you want. All right, Rosalina? You just have to make sure you give that leg of hers a chance to heal up a bit first. What am I saying? You don't want to pop any stitches. How's Reese? He's fine. Had a rough night. Coincidence, perhaps? Or, perhaps not a coincidence, but he'll recover. He's used to this sort of thing. He just needs a couple days to get back on his feet. That means no more excitement. Not even a movie. I'm sorry to hear that, Dr. Kelly. Yeah. It would be really funny to flirt with his mom, but I think, yeah. I'm gonna say I will respect... I don't know. You need to get your son some therapy. I don't think he's okay. I don't know. You talk about him like he's a child. When you're a parent, it doesn't matter how old your kid is. They're always a child to you, especially when they need to be taken care of. Warned Dr. Kelly about the stone carvings we found something in Oscar's house last night. A stone carving that gave me a vision about what had happened there. There was one in the mines the other night, too. Both of them had this sort of pull on me. Whatever they are, there's something like them in your clinic. I felt it last night. Dr. Kelly's shoulders tense. Something awful is going to happen at the clinic, just like something awful happened at Oscar's house and at the mines. Forgive me if I don't take your funny little feeling very seriously, but the clinic is safe. I understand there have been some strange events around town, but Reese and I have lived in the clinic for a long time, and we've never encountered anything. She glances at Oscar. Ghostly. There's no need to concern yourselves with our safety. But if something does happen at the clinic, aren't you worried about Reese? If it's anything like what happened to us last night, he'll be fine. If some kind of ghost emergency happens, I can take care of him, so none of you need to come snooping around. I really do want to say that, but I'm also not evil, but I also kind of... Sorry again about the library. I also don't like Dr. Kelly very much. There's no need to apologize. It's a building. You're a person. You matter more than a pile of stones. I do kind of wish we could go back for our stuff. Thanks for letting me borrow some of your clothes, Alexis. You can borrow as much as you need. I have plenty of shirts, and you can do laundry at our house, too. Of course, there are some family heirlooms that I'd rather not lose. Portraits of my parents, my father's mining jacket. I don't like the thought of their last living memories being forgotten in there. And the fact that it stole the library from me, too. That one really stings. But what are you gonna do? We could always try going on a rescue mission for some of your stuff. No, absolutely not. No one is going back in there until we have a thoroughly researched plan of action. This goes especially for you, Sean. Who knows if you'd be able to leave again? You've done enough for my family. How about no one is going back in there, period? We're going to need to deal with it eventually. Boarding up the library isn't a permanent solution. Here's something to think about for future playthroughs. I wonder if, first of all, I really do wonder what would have happened if I'd gotten rid of the ghost by sacrificing years of my life. But I also wonder if, there was an achievement for going ghost hunting with the maximum number of participants, which I did not get. And that makes me wonder if there's a way to bring Tabitha along, and which I mean I bet there is, and then he just needs a Scarlet. So maybe I could also, there's also a way to make Tabitha sacrifice years of her life, to do like the evil, selfish thing, you know? But I don't know. Again, I think I might do, I will be doing multiple playthroughs of this. I might do it on like the channel, though. I'm still kind of going back and forth on that, but I mean, you guys seem to like the idea when I made a post about it, so... Boarding up the library isn't a permanent solution. Are you sure about that? Because I don't see any reason why we shouldn't just leave the thing alone forever. So what's gonna happen to your career now that the library is closed? That's a good question. I was up all night wondering the same thing. If things stay the way they are right now, it's essentially like the library burned down. The books are inaccessible, the building is unsalvageable. In that scenario, the county would have to put up the money to build a new archive, or we'd have to move someplace where I could work in an existing library, and Scarlet Hollow would lose a valuable public service. Oscar, move? So you and Rosalina would leave. But we're not doing that. Right, Dad? We're staying here. I'm going to do everything I can to keep us here. So, Dr. Kelly, are you going to start poisoning her now, too? Dr. Kelly's glare flashes into white-hot rage. Is there a problem, Sean? There isn't a problem, Mr. Gutierrez. He's just unbelievably rude. Seems to have a lot of opinions about my son's treatment regimen. We're done here, anyway. Goodbye, Rosalina. Make sure you stay put and keep Pixel company, okay? I will. Bye, Dr. Kelly. I wish I'd saved before saying that, because I do feel bad now that I've said that. I'll call later today to see how she's doing. Dr. Kelly turns to you, her expression hardening once again into her familiar glower. She storms out without another word. She's not going to poison Rosalina, right? Yeah, why did I say that? That was awful. That was like the worst thing I've ever said. Virtually, at least. I mean, if I were to say that in real life, that would easily be the worst thing I've ever said. That was a terrible thing to say. Why did I pick that dialogue option? Am I a bad person? Don't worry, girls. Dr. Kelly is trustworthy. She's been everyone's doctor for years. What was that about? Dinner didn't go well last night. A tense silence falls on the room. So what's the long-term plan? This place obviously isn't going to cut it. The long-term plan is that I'm going to get the library back one way or another. Oscar, before we get sidetracked, we're not just here to talk about monsters and what happened to the library. Oh? Stella's been missing since last night. Oh. You haven't seen her, right? Not since last night. Now I'm really starting to worry. It sounds like no one in town has seen her. I'm sure she'll be okay, but you should probably get back to looking for her soon. Before you go, though, there is something I wanted to get your thoughts on. Let's step outside. Oscar ushers you to the street. What's up? Is everything okay? Yes, or at least okay as it can be, considering everything that's happened. I don't exactly feel safe. Strange things are going on in Scarlet Hollow, and I'm tired of running from them. I want to get our house back. You've all been looking into the town's history, correct? I overheard your discussion in the library the other day. Have you been able to find anything that might explain what's going on? I don't think we have too much to go on. I can't help but feel like there must have been some kind of inciting event, since everything started getting really weird, seemingly overnight, but I have no idea where to even start, really. Whatever the cause of this is, there must be some way to put this genie back in the bottle. I'm going to do my best to find out if there have ever been any similar events, whether there's anything special about Scarlet Hollow that might explain what's going on. The town archives are, unfortunately, in the library. Rosalina had been pestered to make some sort of digital backup for months, but I never got around to it. So online sources it is. We'll fill you in on what little we know, so you at least have some place to start. I think Dr. Kelly is hiding something. Dinner last night was weird. I don't think we need to go around accusing anyone of being deceitful. No, Sean is definitely right. I know that's probably not great to hear, since Rosalina really needs her right now, but something is up with Dr. Kelly. I'm worried about Reese. I request we drop this line of thinking. We don't need to turn on each other based on pure speculation. Besides, you took me by word about everything that happened last night. That has to count for something, right? I think Sybil knows more than she's letting on. She wants me to come talk to her today. My mom? She's always been such a crystals and herbs kind of lady, not like someone who actually knows about supernatural stuff. She has always had a strange air about her, hasn't she? I'd be interested to know what exactly she intends to discuss with you, Sean. I have a feeling she has more than tea to offer. I wonder if this could be the work of some sort of cult. You're really not letting your cult theory go, are you? I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there. Let's not get all satanic panic just yet. I know it's not looking unlikely at this point, but having lived in this town all my life, I feel like I would know if there was some cult that ran the place. And I feel like there would have been more clues by now. Like, I've seen lots of horror cult media where there's like small cults in towns. The actual webcomic Brood Hollow, highly recommended. Unfortunately, it's not finished though. I will warn you. I'm trying to think. There are lots of like secret society things. Gravity Falls is another good example. But like, there's always like little signs, I guess. But I mean, there's no secret societies. There's no like clubs or anything that would translate to a cult. But then again, they could just be really well hidden. I don't think that's where this is going. Yeah. Cult doesn't necessarily have to run the town to have had an impact here. If we're looking at the historical context of disaster sites this week, we're talking about things that happened nearly a century ago or even further back. I'll see what I can find. You never know. Make sure Pixel stays inside or he might get grabbed by ditchlings. The ditchlings are those things from the woods, right? With those faces, or lack thereof. They snatch animals to do some kind of parasitic egg-laying thing, so unless you want one of those things to pop out of Pixel, you'd better keep him where he's safe. I think some dogs kept him safe. Like, a gang of dogs. I know it sounds ridiculous, but we saw it with our own eyes. A gang of dogs? I suppose stranger things have happened. This very week, in fact. But we'll make sure he stays safe. Whatever we're doing next, I feel like we're missing a vital team member. We need to find Stella, and fast. I agree. We need her brazen energy if we're going to do any serious sleuthing. Let us know what you find. I will. We're going to get the library back, and we're going to figure out how to fix whatever's wrong with this town. So that's Oscar. Any other ideas? We should go to the mines. I guess there's a decent chance Stella went to find your cousin, since they're friends. Come on, I'll drive us. You follow Kanika to her van. It isn't long before you find yourselves outside the Scarlet Mines. I am unhappy with the treatment I am receiving as a worker in the Scarlet Mines. Better hours now or none at all. I think, that guy definitely has the better slogan, the taller one, because, I mean, not really mincing words at all, not really one for metaphors. I am unhappy with the treatment I am receiving as a worker in the Scarlet Mines. I think that's assumed by the fact that you're a part of the protest. There's a small gathering of workers outside the entrance to the mines, picket signs in hand. You don't say. I hope it's not weird to talk to them while they're in the middle of all this. Look out, fellas. That's the boss's cousin. And Zach said these kids were just down at the diner acting suspicious. Don't engage. I'm asking about Stella. Have any of you seen Stella? She's missing. The miners collectively ignore you. Look, I know you have a well-deserved bone to pick with the Scarlets, but Stella doesn't have anything to do with the strike. Have you seen her or not? The YouTuber? She's the one on all the banned from property posters, right? We haven't seen her, and we've been out here all day, so we'd know if she'd come by. We'll make sure to keep an eye out. I need to talk to Tabitha. So you're saying you want to cross the picket line? You don't have to literally cross the picket line to get inside. There's always that hole Rosalina used to sneak in the other day. Okay, but you'll let me in though, right? You flash the miners the winning Sean smile. If Zax doesn't trust you, then I don't trust you. I don't care how charming you are. Yeah, let's just sneak in. You pull Kanika aside and tell her your plan to sneak in. I guess that'll work, but I don't think it's a good idea for me to follow you in there. I'll just wait outside by the van. You make your way to a hole in the fence and sneak into the mine. The industrial noises of the Scarlet Mine are only a little quieter than they were 2 days ago. The trailer that serves as Tabitha's office looms above you on the hill. Knock. You walk up to Tabitha's trailer and knock on the door. You wait for a moment. No response. Enter. You open the door. I think I can turn at least a few of the guys, and if you fire Davis... Oh my god, have you heard of knocking? What are you even doing up here? Should I go? Yeah, and make sure no one sees you. No one else, at least. I totally did knock. What do I say? I mean, it's pretty obvious. I got an achievement called Rodriguez the Rat. I like that there's fly be dead. If you see this girl, tell her to leave, and her little dog too. Um, I'm just gonna say, I saw nothing, I heard nothing. That's right, let's keep it that way. Rodriguez, I said you're dismissed. Now get out of here. The door clicks closed as Rodriguez leaves Tabitha's office. The instant you're alone, Tabitha rounds on you. She grabs you by the collar, her face close to yours, eyes full of rage, her words a frustrated hiss. Listen to me, Sean. Really, listen. This isn't some fun little game, okay? This is my life, and if you value yours, you'll keep quiet about what you just saw. I don't care for family. I can make the rest of your stay here a living hell if you cross me. Her grip loosens. As Tabitha turns away from you, your eyes are drawn to the gun hanging above Tabitha's desk. Sorry to get scary for a second. I'm so close to having everything under control here. I can't risk you messing it up like you've done with everything else this week. It would be really funny if I started crying. Hold on. I'm never going to use this save slot. I'm not going to use any of these save slots. But I really do want to say it's between these two. I'm just gonna start crying. Tears well up in your eyes, your lower lip trembling. Oh jeez, are you crying? Really? Look, I said I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean to fly off the handle. I just feel like you've been pushing my buttons on purpose and I hit my limit. Cry harder. Oh no. She pats you on the back, her hand flat and stiff. There. No, please stop crying. What did you come up here to talk about anyway? Stella is missing. Have you seen her? She's missing? Tabitha is quiet for a moment. I'm sure she'll turn up, but I'll see if I can get a hold of her. Don't think looking for my missing acquaintance gives you a pass to do anything dangerous. You are forbidden for doing risky things, even for what you might think is a good reason. I mean, we both know that, I'm going to do whatever it takes to find her. Great. I can't wait to find out what ridiculous situation you wind up in today. And then, love you, bye. Don't be weird. You leave the office, the door slamming shut behind you. You know, I do enjoy tormenting Tabitha. Picket line. Visit the mines in episode 4. You find Kanika waiting for you outside. You don't look like you found any new leads. You look back at the striking miners. This is a big one. I'll save over this. I think it's the right thing to do. I feel like I care about the working class. I stand with the miners. I'm a huge fan of miners. I love miners. So I am. Hey, Davis. Rodriguez is trying to get Tabitha to fire you to break the strike. Did you just sneak in? How do we know we can trust you? We can't, but we can take it into consideration. If this turns out to be true, then, well, maybe we were wrong about you. Whoa, I didn't expect you to share something like that. Normally I'm not a fan of snitches, but snitching on a snitch seems like fair game to me. Feels like we've done our due diligence here. Come on, I'll drive us back to town and we can figure out our next move from there. Rodriguez the rat. Where to next? Before you can say anything, you're interrupted by Kanika's phone buzzing. Oh my god, my mom's calling me. When is she going to learn to text? Give me a second. Hey, what's up? No, still no sign of her. We are going to keep looking a while longer. I'm really feeling okay. I'm not... You're right. Now that you mention it, I do feel kind of tired. I shouldn't push myself. I'll come home. She has a point. I'm not feeling well right now. I've got to get back to the general store. Maybe some tea could help. Aside from briefly mentioning it, Kanika hasn't seemed that sick at all. At least not until right now. I thought I was crazy, because I was thinking that too. This really crept up on me. I was doing fine until... Kanika starts to sway, losing balance in her legs. I must have been running on adrenaline. She stumbles, bumping into you before regaining her balance. Sorry. I think I just need some help getting home. I'll have some tea and maybe lie down, and then we can get back to looking for Stella. Kanika leans on your shoulder for support, and you help walk her back to the general store. Yeah, now that you mention it, I'm feeling kind of tired. I don't like that. Thanks, and sorry. This is embarrassing. All right, now this seems like as good a place as any to wrap up this recording. Actually, I think I am going to probably keep going and finish out the chapter right now. But I've been doing this for about an hour, and again, in the interest of keeping these parts a little smaller, I am going to end this one here. So hold on one second here. Yes, all right. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you all for watching. The next part will be coming out very soon because it will probably already be recorded by the time I've uploaded this one. And thank you all for watching. Enjoy the terrible outro. I keep missing the camera whenever I point. Enjoy the terrible outro. Enjoy the terrible outro. You know, it's not that I'm missing the camera. It's that normally whenever I do that, the terrible outro just starts. Um, enjoy.